Hello and welcome. I'm Pastor Chris Burish from Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, and being a pastor in the Palos community, it's amazing to hear of all the neat, great, life-changing things that are happening in our community. As I get to interact with many of them, the thing that I continually hear is that, yeah, we're doing some great things, but we wish more people knew about us. And so today, in our episode of the Community Bridge, we have a program that I've heard has been very helpful for several members of our community and might be helpful to you or to somebody you care about. I have today Dewan Hayes, the SALT Coordinator and Assistant Director of Advancement Services at Trinity Christian College. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Pastor Chris.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I was born and raised in Chicago Heights, Illinois, which is about 25 minutes south of Palos Heights. I have two adult children. One is in college, the other lives out of state. I have a master's degree in adult education and training. I am a certified life coach, educator, and professional development speaker. And I have worked in higher education for almost 25 years, serving in the roles of program assistant, administrative assistant, and now as the assistant director of advancement services and the SALT program at Trinity Christian College.
Wow, that's quite a resume that you have there. Quite a life spent involved in educating others. Has it always been at Trinity Christian College?
Yes, as far as educating lifelong learners, yes. In my past life, when I was an active professional development speaker, the audience were office professionals.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, fantastic. So what inspired you to get involved with Trinity Christian College and specifically with the SALT program?
Well, God certainly has a way of leading you to where you are to be, Pastor Chris. In 2020, my previous job position was eliminated, and so I became a full-time caregiver for my parents who are in their 70s. And after a couple of years, I began to feel like I wanted to get back into the office. So, and at that time also, my life had taken a turn spiritually, meaning I wanted to get closer to God. So one day, while on my way to Swallow Cliff Stairs in Palos Park, I noticed the Trinity Christian College sign, and I took that as a sign. And so when I got home, I looked online to see what jobs were available, and the rest is history.
Dewan, so thanks for sharing. It sounds like you've had quite an elongated history, and God's really been doing something in your life. Do you mind sharing with me a little bit about Trinity Christian College and the SALT program in particular?
Yes. Trinity Christian College, located in Palos Heights, Illinois, is a Christian college with a Christian mission, and it's a 4-year institution, and working with the SALT program has really been a wonderful collaborative effort because we have traditional college students working with or have worked with our SALT members whose average age is 76 years old. And I'm happy to say that this year, Trinity is celebrating their 65th year.
Wow. So for somebody that's never heard about the SALT program before, can you describe it? What is it? And what does it look like? If there's any history about it that you're aware of or that you could share? What is SALT about?
Sure. So SALT is an acronym that stands for Seasoned Adults Learning at Trinity. And it's been in existence for about 20 years. And as I mentioned, the average age participant is 76 years old. Post-COVID, the program was restructured and it was relaunched in the spring of 2023. The mission of the program is to provide an enriching and stimulating learning environment through classroom content, field trips, and also workshops that we call senior breaks. And these workshops are catered to the personal enrichment of SALT members. So, for example, we just had a workshop on how to use discernment in avoiding online scams.
Wow, that's a very, very appropriate topic.
It is.
So you talk about what are the criteria for a person getting involved with the SALT program, and what does the SALT program offer them as far as those education experiences?
Sure. So SALT is a membership-based program, and participants pay an annual fee, and they get to enjoy benefits such as discounts in Trinity's dining hall on meals and beverages, we have what's called a listener's pass. And the listener's pass allows a member to sit in on a traditional Trinity College course for free. Yes, and they're not obligated to do any homework, and they get to listen, observe, and learn. We also get to give our members, which is wonderful, and they truly enjoy this benefit, they get deeply discounted tickets to the Illinois Philharmonic Orchestra and the Southwest Symphony Orchestras. And we are very, very happy and grateful for their participation in our program. So these benefits are really helpful, and they are in addition to wonderful learning, which we offer classes in many subjects such as history, philosophy, the social sciences, and it's just a really great program for lifelong learners, individuals who really want to stay enlightened and inspired in education.
Wow. There's a lot of different tentacles that come with being a member of SALT, a lot of benefits, a lot of things. I want to ask questions about a few of them. So you mentioned participating in a class at Trinity. What type of classes do you find that members of SALT regularly enjoy or participate in?
They love history classes. Okay. History is one of our top subjects. We have had history of religion. We've had history classes talking about the Civil War and slavery, and just and they're short classes. So each class is about 90 minutes. We have sessions, they're in a session format, so you can go 1 to 5 sessions and up to 90 minutes. So for example, you could take a 2-session class, and that class is going to be held on 2 separate days, up to 90 minutes, and you get to engage with a number of individuals as well as our experienced instructors who are not only from Trinity's community, they're college instructors, but they are also experts from the community and real versed in their field.
Neat. So one of the questions around these courses, are these the same courses that the regular students at Trinity are taking?
That's a good question. No, they're not, because first, the Trinity classes are 12 weeks long, and we have a very shortened version of our classes. We look at them more as workshops than a class. But as far as the content, members for history, for example, we have a history teacher from Trinity teaching the class. So I suppose answer to your question is a 50-50, because they're getting the instruction from a Trinity instructor and they're getting the content that is quite similar to what Trinity offers. So yeah, I think that is true.
That's quite generous of Trinity to make their instructors and professors available for this program to help with individuals doing lifelong learning.
We're very grateful for Trinity's support. We have outside support too. We have a number of partners in the community who also teach classes for us. Recently we did a Birding 101 workshop at Lake Catherine. And so we have members, we showed up and we did it was a great day, just learning about the different bird calls. And so we have classes that are of special interest to our members, such as the birding, such as the online scams. And then we have more in-depth classes, which we talk about, for example, health and well-being. We have chair yoga classes, and members can stay in shape, and mindfulness as well. So we have a wide variety of offerings for our members.
That's great. So one of the interesting things in talking with members of the senior community that's always important is that sense of community and developing relationships. I take it from what you're describing that SALT provides that, or is an outlet for that for many people.
So we have an event that is a huge event, and it happens twice a year. It's called our open house event, and it is where we have members from the community come out. It is a free event. And they get to come and hear more about the program. They get to fellowship with other members who are in the SALT program, as well as individuals who are interested in the SALT program. They get to come out and hear the instructors talk about their classes that they're going to teach, and they can make informed decisions on whether that's the class they'd like to take. We also have special presentations from our partners, such as the Southwest Symphony Orchestra and the Illinois Philharmonic Orchestras. And so it's just, that event alone is a community gathering. And we open that up. Trinity opens their doors to the community in that way, and it has been very successful in the last year.
That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Do you have a date of when that's coming up?
So the next one is our fall open house, and that's going to be on Wednesday, September 4th. The doors open at 12:30. The program starts at 1. We will be in the Ozinga Chapel Grand Lobby, and it's going to be a wonderful, fun-filled day of engaging and learning more about the SALT program.
Great. What are the criteria for somebody becoming a member of SALT? Is there a certain age limit? Is there a geographical location where they have to live in?
No. As a matter of fact, seasoned adults, 50 and over, that's what we look at. And as I mentioned, our average age is 76. The criteria would be for anyone who is interested in lifelong learning, anyone who still wants to stay engaged and just keep their minds open and stimulated. That is the requirement. They would have to pay an annual fee, which is $25. And I've talked about a few of the benefits. There are many others than just the 3 I mentioned, but all they have to do is pay that annual fee and register for classes, and they're a member for a year. They will be a member for a year.
Okay, so $25 annual membership fee.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I want to go back to the classes because something just popped into my head that I was curious about. Are all the classes in person? Are there ways for people to participate from a distance if they're not able to physically get there?
That is a wonderful, wonderful question. And we find that in-person instruction is best for this program. Our class sizes are typically between 15 and 20. We have had more due to just because of the content. So that's our average size class, and members enjoy coming to the campus. So we will stick with that for a while.
Great. I think it's just helpful for people to understand and know what they're looking at, and what a great way to bring people together around a common goal of lifelong learning.
Absolutely.
So how long has the SALT program been operating?
For about 20 years.
20 years, wow. So I take it over the course of 20 years, to be around that long, you have to have quite a bit of success or some success stories. Can you share some of the things that have kept the program going, some of the success stories or some of the reasons behind what you do?
So let me start by saying we have 124 members in the program now, and it is absolutely growing. I believe that the success of this program stems from the kinds of content that we offer. We have a personal experience with our members. They're just not a student. They're more as an enthusiast in learning and continuous learning. So we have a really personal relationship with our members. I personally try to know every member's name. So when I see them and I greet them by their first name, and that's really wonderful because they're not just student with a number, they're more than that. And we want our members to feel like Trinity Christian College is more than a college, but it's a family environment that allows you to grow along with the community, with the Trinity community, and that includes the students and the staff. And so we're very grateful for that. We have had successful collaboration with Trinity's academic departments. So for example, right now we have 12 members who are going to be partnered with 12 students in the social work department in the fall, and they are going to work with them over the span of the semester, completing a project called Lifespan Development. So SALT members have been key contributors in student-led projects in providing insight and wisdom from their own personal experiences. So it's as if the students are learning from the SALT members and what life was going to be like when they get older. And then the members are learning from the students, and they're saying, oh, I remember those days, or it used to be like that for me. So it's a very great partnership that we've created, and I think that's one of our successes. And if I may, I would like to share a couple of testimonies from members who have experienced the program.
Certainly.
Wonderful. So this is a story that comes from a member who attended our open house. And she says, I just wanted to send a short message congratulating you on a very successful open house. Everything was just terrific. Warm greeting and handout materials, including the balloons at the front entrance. Sponsored tables and their literature and materials, presenters, especially the instructors of the various SALT sessions, who really inspired lively interest in their respective classes. A super testament to the caliber of the SALT instructor team, both faculty and non. The food table with its bountiful fruit and veggie displays, just a top-notch experience all around. Also, you did a great job of facilitating, making everyone feel warmed and appreciated, and effectively communicating yours as well as Trinity's vision of SALT. So, much good information for the attendees. So that's one individual who shared that comment, and I'm so thankful for that. And here's another success testimony from a Trinity staff member who interacted with a SALT member. I met with a lady who is a SALT member who comes to chapel, and we befriended each other for the last 6 weeks. And she can't say enough of the organization of the SALT classes that you have been heading up. She did say she just appreciated you so much. I think you're really touching base with the group and are building a great group.
Wow. Wow. Sounds like people are really excited. There's energy around it, and it seems to be a really powerful way of continuing in that process of learning.
Yes. We had a room full of 70 and 80-year-olds last year that we were teaching them how to do polling on their phones. And so we like to gather information at the end of the year because we want to know how we're doing, because we cater the feedback and the comments from our members, and that's how we build our program. And as you probably can see, it's working very effectively. And so we were in this room, and to see these individuals who did not grow up with technology, who maybe in the last 15 years started using it, and they're using their phones to take polls, and we're seeing the live action polls on the screen. It was amazing, and they loved it. They enjoyed it.
Yeah, you've touched on a lot. A few of the things that I wanted to make sure to highlight that you mentioned and kind of glossed over, that whole intergenerational sharing of knowledge and wisdom, the SALT participants alongside students from Trinity, and knowing that the views of the world may be drastically different because of the age in which they were brought up, but yet to bring those communities together and recognize that there's things that we can glean from each. That's so important and powerful. And then I know one of the things that I find from our seasoned community is oftentimes a struggle with the barrier of technology. It sounds like SALT is aware of where some of those barriers, some of those challenges, some of those difficulties or struggles or desires are for that seasoned community, and really focuses its programs towards what you receive back as far as, hey, we want to know more about this, or we could use some help in this area.
Absolutely. 100% in agreement with that.
That's fantastic. What a great service to have around here. So now what does the membership, is a program year? Is that a fiscal year? When does that start? When does that end?
So our year goes from July 1 to June 30th.
And so if somebody's new, they can sign up really at any time, or is there a limited time frame for them to sign up?
That's the beauty of the SALT program, because we have what we like to call stagnant registration or stagnant membership. You can become a member anytime throughout the year. Your benefits are going to remain the same. You still are going to get discounts in the dining hall. You're still going to get the discount tickets on the concerts. So you can become a member anytime. Just like with our registration options, you can register throughout the season. We call our semester seasons. No pun
Okay.
intended for SALT.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can register throughout the season. We do have registration deadlines that are posted in our catalog for each individual class and activity. So it just allows members to think, well, I might not, they're looking at classes and they see the classes being held in October. Well, they might not know if they're going to be available. So they have until a week before the activity or the class begins and they can register. So, and that's been working out very well. And we are happy to say that 95% of our membership, they register online. And that was really big when we restructured the program. So we've been able to acquire many members through online registration.
That's fantastic. And likewise, they can register. Are there ways non-online to register in person?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. We have catalogs that are made available throughout the local libraries and also at campus. And we also mail the catalog to participants' homes. And so with the catalog comes a registration form, and they can complete that and mail it back into Trinity.
Okay, great. So there's not a lot of barriers to somebody getting involved if they want to find out more. But that does bring me to the big question of, what if somebody wants to find out more or find out specifics or curious about the exact program or workshop that you're going to be doing, as you mentioned? Where is it that they could go? Where would they find that information?
Well, they can visit our webpage at www.trnty.edu/SALT, and there you will find all of the classes and activities. That webpage will be updated because right now it still shows spring, but it will be updated for the fall in August. We are also going to be mailing catalogs to participants in August, so if anyone would like to get on our mailing list to get a catalog, they can go to that webpage and they will be able to fill out a request for information form there, and they can get on our mailing list. We also will have catalogs and meeting information or event information posted in the local libraries as well.
Oh, great.
Yes.
And then it sounds also you have the open house on September 4th. And I'd imagine there's more information that people could find through that as well.
That will be on the webpage, and that information will also be at the local libraries, and it will also be posted on our website.
Great. Boy, what a nice thing to have in the Payless community. What a benefit. Now, so you've mentioned the website. Are there other ways that people can get in touch with you or with the department if they have other questions?
Yes, they can email SALT at Trinity. So SALT, S-A-L-T, at trnty.edu. For more information, they can email me there. They can also email me at my name, which is D Hayes, D-H-A-Y-E-S, at trnty.edu, or feel free to phone 708-293-4570.
Great. Well, what a blessing to have this in our community for so many people. Is there anything else that you would want to share about SALT or Trinity or yourself?
I would like to share that if there's anyone who wants to just expand their knowledge base and do something other than sitting in the house, or want to meet other members their age and have similar interests, I would strongly encourage them to come to our open house event, which is free. I mentioned that. And it's just a fun day, and it's very inspiring to hear the instructors talk about their classes, and members get to ask questions. So I would say if anyone is a lifelong learner and interested in expanding their knowledge base, even at the age of 76, I would encourage them to do so. And I am available if there are any questions.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being on here today and helping us to become more familiar with this program that's part of the Payless community and has been a benefit to so many, and may be a benefit to so many more. So thank you for joining us in this month's edition of the Community Bridge, and thank you to Dewan for being our guest today and sharing about the SALT program. And until next time, God bless.